My name is Caden Murphy. I am explaining in this presentation the intention and why it's important to support Arizona educators in understanding English learner instruction, SEI models, student identification, and best instructional practices. Supporting multilingual learners is critical in today's school. Every teacher needs it, and every school needs to know how to support teachers in it. Okay. Arizona identifies EL students based on both language backgrounds and demonstrated need for language support. I want to clarify that being bilingual alone does not automatically classify a student as EL. Schools determine whether students need English language development services to access grade level content successfully. So, have some bullet points here, just touching that. There are four different Arizona EL population overviews. Arizona's growing linguistic diversity and how educators are increasingly working with multilingual populations. It just keeps expanding. Cultural diversity enriches classroom environment while also requiring intentional instructional planning and support systems. The difference between SEI and sheltered instruction is language-focused instruction versus content-focused instruction. Having access to academic content through scaffolding and support systems. These are the few differences. Both approaches can complement one another, though, in practice. The four principles of Arizona's language development approach are asset-based behavior and expectations, integrated instruction, targeted and explicit language instruction, and assessment, monitoring, and feedback. Okay, Arizona emphasizes multilingualism as an asset rather than a deficiency. Some examples of that are like collaborative learning, explicit language instruction, and continuous progress monitoring. Students' agency is especially important for English learners. I have some points of, below. Encourage self-determination, builds confidence and independence, promotes student voice, and increases motivation and engagement. The student develops stronger language skills when they can actively participate in discussions, right? Seems self-explanatory. When a student can set goals, they can advocate for themselves. It connects agency to confidence and long-term academic success, right? And that's the goal. Inclusion and equity. Next slide. Okay, so we have a model, and we got four of them. We have the newcomer model, which is intensive support for recently arrived students. We have the pull-out model, targeted language instruction outside general classroom. Okay. We have the 2-hour SEI model. This is dedicated for English language block. And then we have the 50-50 dual language immersion, which is like a bilingual instruction requiring parent waiver. Each strength and challenge of the models complement each other and bring different areas. The goal is to have a variety, right? You want the blanket to cover everyone rather than it only covers one group fully, right? So we're trying to umbrella these models. Schools identify EL students beginning with the home language survey. Azella measures English proficiency in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. I want to clarify that assessment is used both for initial placement and for annual assessment. And then we have the EL program placement as well for identification tools in the process. AZEL accommodations. They helps ensure fairness without lowering academic expectations. Wanted to explain that the accommodations support access and reduce barriers while still accurately measuring students' language proficiency, right? We don't want, I feel like it constantly you hear handouts or they're getting a step up in the competition, where the goal is to make it a level playing field, all while being able to identify their proficiency. The importance of family involvement and communication is everything. Discussion between schools and parents must provide an understandment of information regarding the EL's placement, assess all the assessments and available services for that EL student. Collaboration between schools and family the right way is the pivotal piece in the game-changing aspect to this. Practical and structural strategies that support ELs regardless of the program model. For social studies classrooms, such as the things that I teach, I focus on visuals, sentence framing, cooperative discussions, primary sources, scaffolding. These are just a few that I use. I have some other research-based best practices as well. And then key takeaways. I want to summarize the importance of supporting English learners through intentional instruction, equitable practices, and collaboration with families and professionals. I have faith in all of the educators to continue to grow and to culturally respond to this, setting this foundation for future educators and for future students, and that we can just continue to work on the language support between teachers and families and ELs. And thank you for listening.